All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday. How's everybody doing? What's going on with Doge? What is going on? We're going to talk about that today, along with Bitcoin. And we do have some stocks to look at. Google has earnings report, SpaceX, tanking. I hope you guys don't have SpaceX. I really hope you don't have SpaceX stock, because I've been talking about it for weeks and it's playing out as Kriss Pax predicted. So I hope you didn't buy any. But we'll be showing that. We'll be looking at some stocks and across the crypto realm and looking at charts and what other people are saying is going on, because we're kind of all over the place. So we start here with Dogecoin at 7.25. We had a nice day yesterday. Dogecoin was trading up. I made a video yesterday. Did you guys watch the video? Not a lot watched it. It was a good video. Another good video keeping you up to date on what's going on in the world of Dogecoin and crypto. So make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on, so you know either when I release a video or when I go live. In fact, tomorrow, I think we're going to watch another SpaceX attempt at the Starship test launch number 13. We're going to do that again Thursday evening. So subscribe. It'll be fun. Hopefully it takes off this time. Hopefully it takes off this time. And oh no, you couldn't be more wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. No. Way behind. No, it's not. It's not. It's just following Bitcoin as always. So what happened to the Doge lunar mission? Maybe next year. I'll keep you up to date on the real news that's going on. But that's the last I heard from Elon and Sam Reed of Geometric. I mean, you got to go to the source, right? Don't look at that stupid website, because that's just a stupid Doge One token that has nothing to do with the Space One or the Doge One space real lunar thing. So anyway, oh no, you've got such short-term thinking. I mean, you've got such short-term thinking that you don't get it. I talk about Dogecoin all the time, week after week after week, and you still don't get it. You're not going to win. You're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. So SHIB is up big. No, it isn't. It's down today. In fact, SHIB has such low volume of trading. It's barcoding. It's barcoding. This is not up big. This is not up big. This is barcoding. Because nobody cares about frickin' SHIB. Nobody cares. Except one guy on YouTube that keeps cranking out SHIB videos. Why? I don't know. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of views this summer because it's the summer of crypto. But that guy, he's not getting many views either. So, no, there's no liquidity for a short squeeze. Oh, no, there's no liquidity. No. Short squeeze ain't happening. Not happening. Short squeeze. You really don't get it if you're talking short squeezes. You really don't get it. You want to see a short squeeze? Look at Harmony One. Now, Harmony One had a short squeeze yesterday. That was a nice run. It's going to come all the way back down eventually because it's a bear market still. However you want to. It's a short-term thing. Oh, no, please. It's a short-term thing. You don't understand Doge. You don't understand. You don't understand. On any given day, in any given week, one crypto can outperform another. That doesn't mean it's better. You just, dude, seriously. Get with the program. Wait for the dips, buy in the dips, and when Dogecoin rips, it'll rip. That's it. I like that, right? Wow, what about the all-time high? It's so down. Oh, I know, right? That's so good, Ryan. That's so good. We'll talk about clarity in a minute. We'll talk about clarity. I got a couple things lined up on clarity today. Low roller camped out at Sam's Club in the pouring rain. I was in line, didn't get anything. Ugh, dude. Just buy crypto on the dip. I know you love your Pokemon cards, but man, see, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that stuff. Rip. Rip. Gotta bring the tent next time. Oh God. Yeah, we'll talk about we'll talk about clarity. I got that. I got that also. Hello, Josh. How are you? How are you? Was fun watching a red candle. Speaking of red candles, look at what's going on. Well, we got Google. I got the Google stock up because they've got earnings, and we're going to be watching what happens after market. But SpaceX, look at SpaceX. It's down to 114 now after market. 114. SpaceX continues to drop. SpaceX continues to drop. You know, my target is below 100. And it's just continuing. So again, I hope you guys don't. I hope you didn't buy space. Somebody was going to buy a bunch of SpaceX. Who was it? Orbison? I hope you didn't, dude. I hope you didn't. Because I told you, just no, wait. We got to wait months for this thing to bottom out. Months. The big 20% unlock is coming in a few weeks. 20%. It's going to be such sell pressure. You're not going to want to be anywhere near this thing. Down. So, Yep. It's getting there. 114.5 now after market. 114.50 after market. But it was going down all day. Just down. There's no green candles here. It's just down. Bad day. GME owns nearly 10% of eBay now. Once the takeover is finalized, it will break the internet. I don't know if Ryan's actually going to be able to take over eBay. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done. You would think that the eBay board of directors would be interested in what's best for the company, but they're not. They're interested in what's best for them. No changes, slow and steady, just keep the profits coming in. eBay is a low-cost business. It's essentially a low-cost business. And the board of directors want to keep it that way. It's just profit year after year after year. And I don't think Ryan's going to be successful. That's my opinion. The board isn't going to go for it, even though it would probably be better for the business if he was able to take it over. But they're not interested. They'd like it the way it is. So I don't know if I'm going to buy GameStop stock for an eventuality that might not happen. So I don't know. GameStop is the new card shop. I know. GameStop is doing a lot of cards. They're doing a lot of collectibles, not a lot of games anymore. Not a lot of games, but they're doing a lot of online auction stuff with cards and collectibles. So they're making money off the Pokemon 30th anniversary. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad you sold SpaceX. I remember you're going to diamond hand SpaceX. Well, I was going to sell anyway. So whether you told me or not, I was going to sell anyway and take my profit, which I did. So I took my profit. I'm glad I did. Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, Danny. How are you? How are you? GameStop is going to die. Yeah, we'll see. So the stock I was trying to swing trade is doing a 1-for-150 reverse stock split on July 24th. I've already accepted I'm going to lose money, but when's the best time to sell when this happens? The best time to sell, not financial advice, is probably around 3 o'clock before it splits, the day before it splits. Okay? So if the split, now July 24th is Friday. Is the split happening on the 24th, or is it actually not happening until the following Monday? So you have to look that up, whatever the stock is. We can look it up here if you want. Because in my opinion, you don't hold through a reverse stock split, especially if it's 1-for-150. Oh my God, that thing is going to tank. You're going to lose more money. 1-for-150 is bad. So typically, if you sell on the afternoon before, like 3 or 3:30 East Coast time, before trading stops, that's usually, I mean, you're already down because it's not a good stock. But that's usually, some people just, it gets a little oomph there right at the end, right near the end, something like that. So, okay, let me get through my stuff here. Because we've got Doge at 726, Bitcoin at 65,300. They're about the same. They're both down 1% today. They're exactly the same. So Doge just following Bitcoin today. Most big cryptocurrencies fall. Dogecoin, Bitcoin drops. That's it. That's it. It's like Bitcoin just kind of like went up yesterday and went back down today. 1%. 1% up, 1% down. That's about it. Not a big deal. Clarity Act. Who was asking Clarity Act? Oh, no. Oh, no, Clarity Act. Yeah, Clarity Act is dropping. Chance of passage is dropping. Even though there's a ethics thing that was put in at the request of the Dems, the Democrats aren't going to vote for this thing. They're just not going to vote because it's a Trump thing. They're just not going to vote. I don't see anyone voting for it. And there's probably some Republicans that aren't going to vote for it either. And so it's not going to pass. So anyway, I don't think so. But there was an interesting thing. That was added to provide for a system of regulation of the offer and sale of digital commodities by the SEC and commodity futures, to prohibit the Federal Reserve banks from offering certain products or services directly to an individual, to prohibit the use of central bank digital currency for monetary policy, for other purposes. All of that is out there. But the biggest thing that is being added to the Clarity Act is the president isn't going to be able to launch new coins. And it's going to be for every president going on. But I don't think it's going to pass, so I don't think it matters. The Clarity Act Do you know what the Clarity Act is good for? It's good for the banks. It's good for the regulations. It's good for the government. It's not good for you and me. We're not going to see the exponential gains on crypto if the Clarity Act passes, in my opinion. It's going to be slow and steady wins the race instead of having big green candles. Because they said, like, passing the Clarity Act would keep things from Luna from happening. Well, how can they keep things from like Luna from happening if they're not putting guardrails on it? Which means if it protects you from losing money, in my opinion, it will also protect you from winning money, from gaining money. That's what I think. You're not going to win if this thing passes. I think crypto is better off without it. That's just me. I don't know anybody else saying that, but that's me. We're just not going to see the big gains. And I get it, right? It's a casino. You just be smart about it. Don't use leverage, and don't go chasing those stupid Pump.Fun or Robinhood tokens. Do you know that 96% of those tokens launched on Robinhood are all down? All these people talk about, Robinhood, a launch pad for these great. 96% of them are down. That's how those stupid meme tokens work. Robinhood continues to scrape their little bit of profit because they just have the launch pad. They take their little bit on every trade and they win. They win. You lose. Now, you might get lucky and grab a cash cat or ponds or something early enough so that when it goes up, you can sell it and make a little profit. But typically, you and me, we're not in that category. We're not in that, like, know what's going on. We're not friends with any of those devs because they're the ones making money, not you and me. So, anyway, I'm anti this thing. What else is going on? We had this thing called Balance Coin. Now, Balance Coin was an algorithmic stablecoin. Where have you heard that algorithmic stablecoin before? That was Terra Luna, right? That was an algorithmic stablecoin. Somebody else had this algorithmic stablecoin called Balance, and it crashed 99% today. So there you go. Be careful. There was a $915,000 exploit tied to the Dow governing. Somebody had the keys. Somebody got in there, took all the money. Clarity Act ain't going to help that. Welcome to crypto. It's just the way it is. So, yeah. Meanwhile, Bitcoin. What's going on? Stock Money Lizard says Bitcoin, the final stages of the bear market. The final stages. We go back to 2022 and we see from the top of 69K back in November 2021 and goes into the bear market and it bottoms out near the end of 2022. And it's this nice downward sloping triangle pattern. Downward sloping triangle pattern. Well, look what we got now. From October 2025, we've got our top line. We got our bottom line here, which points to the dips that we had in early 2025, similar to the dips we had back here in early 2021. Again, this is Bitcoin. And look what happens. We get most likely 1, 2, 3 bounces off the bottom. So far, we've had 1, 2. If history repeats and we're in there in the 4-year cycles, we got 1 more to go. We got 1 more to go. We'll see if that indeed plays out. But after that, it's time to move back up. We look at B, Bitcoin. It's about to break everyone. What does he mean by that? Which means he's going to talk about one more dip. Now, he's projecting this thing below 30K. And that is one heck of a dip. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. That's pretty low. That's pretty low. I do think there will be another dip. I do think the dip will be below 60K. But is it really going to go that low? I don't know about that. I don't think so. We talk about the law of diminishing returns, and this is going to be one of them. This whole structure is not going to play out like this, in my opinion. But I am still expecting another dip. Lofty has something similar. Zoomed out on a bigger scale, again, looking at the 4-year cycles. Bear market, 2022. And then what did we have? 2023 accumulation, 2024 pre-bull, 2025 bull run up to 125K. Again, this is Bitcoin. It's not Dogecoin, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin up to 125. So what happened? This phase, 2026 bear market. 2027 accumulation. Of course, you accumulate in the bear market too. Then you get the pre-bull, and then you got the full bull run. That is what we could see yet again. Yet again. That's how crypto works. So for those wondering, why aren't we going up yet? I saw that in the chat somewhere. Why aren't we? Yeah, what happened to Doge? It's not moving up. Good guy. We're in the summer of 2026, July. Bear market, no interest, nothing's good. It's just not going up yet. Not going up yet. So that's what's going on. Ash crypto. Stocks and gold have rallied massively. Crypto lags behind. Remember Raul Paul and all his M2 money supply, global liquidity, all going up. So Bitcoin, crypto are all going to go up. Yeah, no. The 4-year cycle rules in crypto. The 4-year cycle rules in crypto. So Bitcoin is down 64, 65K, while we've got stocks, S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, Russell 2000, all up near all-time highs. The stock market is where you wanted to be over the past 9 months, not crypto. Me, I hold a little bit of crypto, like 5%. And the rest of it is cash or stocks. I've been swing trading stocks, and I'm holding a lot of cash. My cash is earning interest. And I am waiting. I'm still being very patient. I picked up a little bit of Doge. I'm going to pick up a lot more. Is this thing going to bottom out? I'm being patient. I'm being patient. Meanwhile, there is this thing that I saw today from Whale Insider. In the Commonwealth of Kentucky, there's this articles of organization of a new limited liability company, or LLC. And the name of the company is Do Only Good Every Day, LLC. Do Only Good Every Day. That would be Doge. Do Only Good Every Day, LLC. I haven't found anybody fessing up to this. Who is this? It says the signature of the individual is on behalf of the organizer, called Gabriel Wilson. I don't know who the organizer is, though. There's no public record. Maybe somebody in Kentucky? I don't know. Why would they register in Kentucky? Why not Texas or Florida? not Delaware. I don't know. Again, a mystery. There's a mystery here. So on X, I posted this. Do only good every day. LLC. And I asked the question, who is this? No answer yet. There's no answer. Mitch McConnell. That's good, Ryan. Oh, God. Yeah. So I'm waiting to hear what this is. When I hear, I'll let you know. But right now, I'm like, yeah. I'll let you know. So I'm waiting to hear on this. Meanwhile, we've got Dogecoin. It sets a 65-day bearish record. Is the broader crypto rally incomplete? You know how I feel. There's going to be another dip. That's what I keep saying. But for Dogecoin, yeah, we've had 2 months of spillage coming back down. Had a rally in May up to 11.5, and now we're down below 7.5 with possible more dips below 7 could still be coming. Doge closed July 1st yesterday at 7.35. It sits 0.8% below its 20-day moving average. So 65 straight days, Doge is below its 20-day moving average. Its previous record was 57 days, which was a stretch that saw Doge fall more than 50%. This time it's only about 30% down, but still hugging below its 20-day moving average. I think eventually it's going to break out of that. Yeah, we'll be watching for that. So, yeah, technically, staying below the green line, which it broke right there in May, and has been below the green line, the 20-day moving average. So that's not good. That's continual sell pressure in a bear market into the summer of 2026, as Kriss predicted. So we got that going on. And then we get our friend Ansem. So if you don't know who Ansem is, he created this token on Pump.Fun, the Black Bull. And it's actually done very well. It's one of the few. I don't think it's going to continue. I don't think it's going to be a fart coin and break out and be sold, everywhere on all exchanges. But it's done very well. And I'll give him that. But guess what he said the other day? He said there's an investor class that will never open a brokerage account. But they'll buy Dogecoin with their friends because the meme is funny. People massively discount how big that group is. Ansem knows having a successful meme token. And he's like, I know, right? Ansem the wise. But he's talking about Doge here, Ryan. He's talking about Dogecoin. And he says there's a huge group of Dogecoin supporters that are going to be ready when Doge starts going back up. That's going to be massive. And this is what I've been saying. The FOMO is real, and it will kick in back to the OG meme coin, Dogecoin. So when I say what is going on, this is what's going on. This is what is quietly going on. Now, it's not going to be today. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be August. Maybe a little bit in September. I don't know. I don't know when. But this is what he's talking about. Doge will eventually turn around, and it's going to be going back up. We talked about SpaceX earlier. You can scroll back about 20 minutes, and I covered SpaceX, the stock. We had a lot of liquidations on tokenized SpaceX today. Look at that. In 1 hour, $4.5 million on XYZ space, another 2 million or 1.6 million on the SpaceX tokenized. There's two different versions of it, but you add those together and you get $6 million in an hour as SpaceX was slowly dropping. Now, if we update to the 4 hour, we'll see, 9 million on this, 7 million on that. So $16 million on tokenized SpaceX. So there was all this talk about tokenizing stocks. Well, a lot of it was so perps on Hyperliquid, Binance, and others can do leverage trading on stocks without doing options, calls, and puts and all that. But they can actually trade on Hyperliquid and still get wrecked, totally get burnt. So many people were trading SpaceX thinking it's going to turn around and go back up. But they weren't listening to me that said, no, it's just going to keep going down. You should be shorting the hell out of SpaceX. That's what I said. If I was a shorter, I'd be shorting, but I don't short. So, yeah. So that's what's going on today, guys. Doge, hey, look, it's up to 727 now. It's just trading sideways. It's just sideways trading. Bitcoin, 65.9. Just not much going on. And then on stocks, GME, nothing going on. SpaceX, it's touching 116 after market after dropping down into the 114s earlier. And we were going to look at Google. Google, it's still 342, right at its closing. I think they actually, at 5 o'clock, they're going to have an earnings call or something. So this Google stock may actually not start moving until 5 o'clock, but it's earnings day for Google today. So going to be checking in on that. Anything else moving after market right now? American Bitcoin, for some reason. Oh, it went way down today. So it's just recovering back. Again, it's a Trump thing. I wouldn't be touching it, but I keep an eye on it. Whatever's going on there. Micron. Oh, it had a little dip right into the close, and now it's recovered back up. And anything else? Yeah, not too much. Not too much else on my watch list that I'm watching. Oh, Tesla's down. Tesla's going down. 365 after market. So yeah, I guess Tesla was doing earnings too, right? So yeah, Tesla is, yeah, if you want to buy Tesla stock, probably tomorrow morning is the time to get in onto some Tesla. It's at 365 now. So that's what's going on there. Okay, let me get with the chat. Q&A time. The banana zone was a real joke. Yes, it was. That whole thing with Raw Paul was like, oh, no. No. The balance coin doesn't sound too stable. Nope, it doesn't. The Jimothy token. Oh, that's that weird looking raccoon, right? Jimothy. Someone made a token. I guess it was going up, right? I don't know if I can see Jimothy on Jimothy. I don't think I can see it on TradingView. Yes, I can. Jimothy the raccoon. It's trading on MEXC. It's up 27% today. Jimothy, the raccoon, it's up. Are you taking profits, Ryan? Are you taking profits on this? When something looks like this, it's like, okay. Again, I don't know if this thing's going to go to the moon or not, but That's up pretty good. I mean, if you got in here when it started trading on MEXC on Monday, you're up 400%. In my opinion, just like Peanut the squirrel, eventually Jimothy the raccoon is going to come right back down. It may take a little while to come down, but yeah, it's probably going to come down. Jimothy. You didn't really buy any of that, did you? I don't actually have it. There you go. Yeah. Hey, Marello, how are you? How are you doing? Ronnie, what's up? How is Dogecoin going to turn around? What does anyone have that can back up those statements? It's just a huge, huge group of people waiting for the whole crypto market to turn back around. And they will support it. And as Dogecoin goes up, FOMO will come in, more people will buy. And we'll be talking again about all the integrations and using Dogecoin as a currency to buy things, all of that, which this cycle I think is going to be more pronounced than previous cycles. So that's what I think. Dogecoin goes on runs. So no, low roller. Ronnie's been around for a while. He's just trying to, he's making a point, and I get it. It's a point. Is Dogecoin ever going to be the crypto that everybody uses to buy things? No, it's not. And we know that. So we know that. But for those who are investors, every 3.5 years, Doge goes on big runs. What's to stop that from happening again? Right. And as Dogecoin goes up, we'll see. She, Pepe, Bonk, and others go up too. The memes tend to rally kind of all at the same time. Dogecoin is usually leading the way. But we'll see those others also go up. Sometimes they go up more than Dogecoin, like Pepe back in 2023. We had a huge run on Pepe, but that's because it had just started and it was very cheap. Bonk also, on the backs of Solana, Bonk had a huge 2023 as well. Are they going to do as well in 2027 as Dogecoin? I don't think so. Dogecoin is the constant. Hey, Kriss, how are you? Do you think X money can still play a factor? Sure. If X money does the right thing and actually does an advertised big launch as opposed to the slow roll beta thing going on, that's not the way to do it. You're not going to get the attention. It needs to be a big thing. And I know Dogecoin is not going to be part of X money when X money launches to the public. It's not going to be there. But everybody's going to say, oh, there's no Dogecoin. Dogecoin sucks. I know. I've been saying it for 1.5 years. When X money launches, there will be no Dogecoin on X money. We know that. But that doesn't mean Dogecoin won't pump. Just the thought that one day Elon will include Dogecoin somewhere within X money, that'd be enough to get Doge to do a little pump. That's how Dogecoin trades. I've been following Dogecoin on a day-to-day basis for almost 6 years now. I know how Dogecoin trades. And it's going to go on one of those little runs. Are you going to be ready for it or not? That's the question. Are you going to be ready for it? Hi, Measity, how are you? You're going to take the risk? Z-Man? He's got a bunch of Doge. End of summer. End of summer, Doge. I feel like Doge will go even lower just because it's not on X money. Now, and that's not how Dogecoin trades. Dogecoin trades on hype and on expectations. That's what I think. Yes, oh no. We know below 5 cents. We know your prediction. You pretty much put this up here every Kriss Pax live stream. I get it. I don't think it's going that low. Daniel, how are you? DCA every day for me. Can't go wrong with that. I'm a trader this cycle. I'm counting on it going lower, and I'm waiting for that to happen. And then I'm going to buy a crap ton. If it doesn't happen, I'm good. I'd like to get the most, though. But that's me. All good. Paid my debt. All right. Maramello, congratulations. Get your debts paid. And it's all good after that. All I had this cycle was last cycle, the final thing was to pay off my mortgage, which I did. So now I don't owe banks anything. I don't own the banks anything now. I have a house. Yes, I pay a real estate tax. I know. But the real estate tax is going to the town, the cities, fire, police, teachers, education, fix the roads, like all of that stuff. I want all that done. That's a good thing. So that's okay. I'm wondering why Doge has not rallied yet. Because it's the summertime, Michael. Summer of a bear market. You got to be patient and get through the whole summer. As I've been saying since last November, I've been saying summer of 2026 is going to be boring. It's going to be boring. Now, I try and keep things interesting. As people were asking me, hey, Kriss, you can still live stream through the bear market? And I said, yes. We're going to have low turnout. I already know that. This is all playing out pretty much as Kriss predicted. The only thing I haven't got yet is my 6.7 cent Doge. If I get that 6.7 cent Doge, Ryan is going to really think I'm a wizard. Ryan will say, yep, Kriss is a wizard. 6.7 cent Doge. That's all I need. I wanted to go now to 6.7 so bad. I know, right? That's it. That's it. 6.7. That's all we need. Alts have pumped. They have not. Now there's a few. There's a few. You can't just say alts have pumped. That's wrong. Wrong. 6.7. Exactly. The gods have already foretold. That's the Kriss Pax. When I did my fib retracement, I came up with 6.7. Right. Hype, Uniswap, BNB. Great. You can name a few. Awesome. Ondo going up now again. All utility. Awesome. Tron we looked at. It just continues to grind upwards. 99% of everything else of altcoins is down 70 to 90%. Some even 100%. So, yeah. We talk about this every time. Doge hitting $1, not for a long time, if ever. That is the correct answer. Oh no, you are correct in that one. Yeah. for the dollar thing, for those that were talking about dollar earlier. Ryan has a new Doge buy goal. You have a new goal. Okay. A new goal. Can't wait to hear. Z-Man says, I'll be happy with 50 cents. Didn't take profit last run. Yeah. We talked about that. There's no more alt season. I agree with you that within that as well. I don't think we're going to have this giant, big alt season. There will be some short periods where alts do outperform Bitcoin, but I think those will be short-lived and will be on the backs of Ethereum and Dogecoin. It's Dogecoin that usually leads the way for alt season. Dogecoin. So Michael's got his limit order set, 6.7. We'll see if it hits. We'll see if it hits. Eric's looking for $99 SpaceX and 99-cent XRP. I think both of those are going to hit. Eric, I think both of those are going to hit. So yeah. You'd be happy with a 5x. So if Doge is 7 cents is the low, then 35 cents is the 5x. So that would be your target, to take some profit. Right, Z-Man? You're saying you're happy with Doge, 5x. So at 35 cents, you just have to take a slice. Sell a couple 100,000, a few 100,000 Doge. Just see what it feels like. Doesn't have to be all of it. You don't have to sell 3 million Doge all at once. Just take a slice. Remember, that's what I did at 42 cents for Doge back in December 2024, right? Absolutely. There you go, right? Just take a slice and you're like, okay, I got some profit. Now let's see what happens. Now, if Doge continues to go up from there, don't kick yourself because you just locked in a profit. There's nothing wrong with that. Sol pumped. Yeah, I had Solana too. And I made money off Solana as well. I didn't just have Dogecoin. I had Solana too, but I made a crap ton off of Dogecoin too. Ronnie says I'm going to sell in steps. That's all I'm going to be talking about, is taking slices, taking steps, sell a little bit here, a little bit there, set your targets. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Will Doge go past 30 cents? Atticus, I don't know. There's no guarantees. We will look at all the charts this fall, depending on where the bottom was. And we'll do our projections this fall of where Dogecoin's going to go. And we'll see. We'll see. Do I get paid to talk positively? No, I do not. I just do this for the fun of it. And I'm a believer, yes. Doge will not be in the top 10 next cycle. There will be a period of time where Doge drops out of the top 10, in my opinion, but it will come roaring back. That's what I think. It will come roaring back. So, Javier, how are you? Buy low, sell high. We like that. That's a good theory. Stick with that. Few 100,000. Always buy back. Well, that's the thing. You buy back a few years later, or a couple years later, you buy back. You don't buy back right away, or even on a little dip. Oh no, says Kriss was smart. So I sold The remaining part of my crypto that I was selling was January 2025. So that was over a year and a half ago. I only restarted buying last month. So for a year and a half, I did not buy any crypto except for some swing trading of Checkmate, Spell, and a couple others. It was Based. I made money on Based. Oh, yeah, that's about it. And waited. And I'm still waiting very patiently with most of my cash. Doge usually does a 5x along with Bitcoin. Sometimes Doge does more. If we go from the bottom of the bear market 2022, and again, we'll be forecasting all of this out in the fall. But Doge went down to 5 cents and it went up to 48 cents, which is over a 9x, almost a 10x. That was going to be my next slice, was 50 cents. Would have been a 10x. But a 9x is what Doge did last cycle, a 9x. So that did happen. We're not going to do a 5x in a bear market. No, you got to wait for the bull market for something like Doge to go up like that. Now you're going to have these other stupid little meme tokens, but you don't know about what's the next one that's going to run up like that. You don't know. Jimothy the porcupine, right? It's like, who knew? Like that was a thing. Well, it's a thing now. Javier says Doge can hit above 60 cents. Depends on the narrative. Maybe. Again, we'll start talking about all of that in the fall. Right now, we're still look at what we're looking at right now. We're down here. We're still down here. It's not time to start. Now's the time to be talking about where are we buying, right? How are we accumulating? That's what we're doing right now. I have my yellow box here. See my little yellow box here? That's my yellow box. And that was predicted last November. And here is my fib lines right here from last November, of which the 1.618 on the retracement is 6.7 cents. 6.7 cents. I'm just like, there it was. I was like, okay, that's going to be the bottom. Right around 6.7. And so I got my yellow box right here. If it drops down into I'll be a wizard. I'll be a wizard. But that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about that. So, meanwhile, Doge just low volume, just kind of trading sideways right now. Can Sol break an all-time high? No, because you know why, Michael? If you go and you do your research on Solana, look how many Solana tokens there are today versus how many Solana tokens were on its previous high. And you'll find there's a lot more Solana tokens now. And you'll be wondering, where did all those Solana tokens come from? People complain about Dogecoin and Dogecoin's inflation, but you're not looking at SWI, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Solana, and XRP, and other that all have inflation that's going on. So that's the battle. The battle is how many more tokens did they create since that last all-time high? Doge could hit 8 to 9 cents if big news comes. Sure, Doge could do that in a bear market. We've seen that before. Did it in July 2022. in the middle of a bear market. Dogecoin doesn't have a CEO. There's the fake CEO, right? It was Elon, but there's no real, no. I get paid to talk negatively. Did I miss the positive talk? The positive is a couple years away. That's where the good stuff comes. In a year and a half, we're going to be so positive. Year and a half from now. Always one Doge equals one Doge. Thank you, Richard, reminding everybody. Yes, one Doge equals one Doge. Javier thinks ETH is going to have a good run. I think so too. I'm not buying any more ETH though. I think Dogecoin will outperform ETH. Just my opinion. Jose, do you think SpaceX will rebound back to 170 per share? Well, Jose, how long you got? How long you got? Maybe 2027? Maybe 2028? Not this year. In my opinion, SpaceX is not going to see 170 again this year. Just my opinion. Yeah, Dogecoin drifted out of the top 10. It was a top 10 coin in 2014. But it drifted out like 2016, you're right. Because there was no interest in Dogecoin then. Dogecoin was dead. If there was ever a time Dogecoin was dead, 2016 was it. Nobody cared about Dogecoin. But it came back. Kronos, how are you? Yes, I've had an awesome day. It's like every day. Living in paradise here. It's all good. It's all good. My stocks did well today, even though it was a red day in most of the stocks. But Broadcom, AstraZeneca, Gevo, all in the green. It was good. You got 8.6 Crow coins. I'm up to, I think I've got 21 now. So I've got about 4 more days of collecting diamonds. And then probably another silver box, 8.6 Crow. Yeah, somewhere around there. I did see a video. It was about 2 years ago. Somebody hit a platinum box and got hundreds of Crow coins. Platinum box. It's there. It's a thing. That'd be cool. Ronnie, have you had dinner or lunch at the restaurant called Gianni's in the Miami area? No, I have not. I don't even know where that is. Sorry. Don't know. I think this is the most fun time of the market cycle because you get to dream big when you buy. That is true. That is true. It's like buying a lotto ticket. This is the time to buy. I agree. This is the time you gain wealth when things are in the gutter. And that's what I say too. You make your money in the bear market. You don't make your money in the bull market. You secure money. You secure money in a bull market. But you make money by actually taking the risk and doing the thing. You do the thing in a bear market. When everything's red, everything's down, and you are taking a risk that it's going to turn around and go back up. So. Long-term hold, I think that's a SpaceX you were thinking there, Z-Man. SpaceX, believe it'll go a lot higher. I think it's going to be a long time. A long time. You missed me in Boston. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. I'm going to be coming up this fall. I don't know when yet. Don't know when yet. But I'll be coming up sometime for the fall. for about a week. We'll see how that plays out. I'm juggling a few things right now. So one of my sons is going to come down here to Florida and visit me here somewhere during that time as well. So I'm a busy guy. I'm not even working anymore, and I'm a busy guy. Everyone should be collecting free diamonds and free Crow coins. I believe Crow coin will hit $1. $1. That'd be nice to see. It's at 5.7 cents now. Now, we zoom out, and we look at Crow coin, and we say, yeah, it hit $1 in 2021, November 2021. Crow coin hit $1. I think there's way too many Crow coins now, low roller. I do not think Crow coin is going to hit $1 again. But even if it hit 40 cents again, like it did last year, 40 cents. From 5, that's an 8x. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Condo, here we come. A Polaris slingshot too. Well, you got to have a few extra Doge for that. Because you got to get the condo first. Don't forget to smash the like. Thank you, Kronos. Sub if you never want to miss a video or a live. I'm doing more videos, like I said, kind of enjoying the little video thing. We're just grinding sideways. This is the daily. This is how the month of July has gone. Just kind of grinding sideways. Nice, no work. I know. I can do what I want to do now, not what others want me to do. Although I was pretty much doing my thing, but it was like I still had to work 5 days a week. So, yeah, it's a lot easier now. – 1116 Ocean Drive, Miami Beach. If you could go check and see if my bubble gum is still under the chair I was sitting. Yeah, condo first. There you go. I don't think LeBron James is going to Boston. I heard it's either Miami or Cleveland. That's the top of the list. And there's still some Golden State faction out there who thinks it's Golden State. I don't know. Apparently Miami, somebody somewhere, some journalist like drafted a whole article on LeBron coming to the Heat, and somehow that got accidentally released or something and is out there, was quickly retracted, but it's like idiots. They're just so dumb. But yeah, people actually write articles before things happen so they can be the first, right? When it does actually happen. That happens all the time. You don't accidentally release it though. So maybe that kills the whole Miami thing. I don't know. For LeBron, he hasn't made his decision yet. We're in that again. He's the big decision. Dumb. I love my Polaris slingshot. Not very comfortable in the Arizona heat. Just make a decision already. I know, right? LeBron, thank you for clarifying. I've already made all my decisions. Now I'm just waiting for the thing to play out, which I've been saying for months. I don't know why anybody's surprised by what I do. I tell everybody what I'm going to do. Sometimes I front run things at my own expense, like I did in June for 2 days. I thought I front ran myself. Ended up not getting the best price when I did buy. NBA should get rid of the second apron. Well, that was kind of the whole reason the Celtics traded Jaylen Brown. Because you can't have two max guys on one team. You don't have enough money to pay everybody else because of the second apron. That was the reason in the end. That was the reason. All right, let's see what's going on over in Stockland. SpaceX. Still 115. 115 for SpaceX. This blue line is 135, which was the IPO price. I don't even think SpaceX is going to go back to 135, much less 170 anytime soon. Like this year. Not going to happen. Just down. So, yeah. Broadcom up over 400. Awesome. I love it because I own this. It's good. Gevo up a little bit. Again, I'm over my average price on Gevo. Making money. That's good. Megal is at 115. Oh, it's down to 113. After hours, it hit 113. So still waiting below 110 before I buy my Megal stocks. Yeah, tell everybody what I'm going to do. Buy Megal stock for another swing trade once it goes back below 110. Almost there. Tesla still down after market, 362. Wow. Tesla down bigly after market today, 362. And then we were going to look at Google. Yeah, Google's tanking, 331 now, down 3% after market and dropping, 331. Wow. So yeah, a lot of movement after market today. A lot of movement after market. On stocks. Crypto's just going sideways. They are paying NBA players max contracts and then end up trade. Yep, that is what Boston ended up doing. Because of the rule change and having that second apron, which really limits what you can do as a team. It limits your trading ability. It limits your signing ability. Just all these things come into play. So, yeah, they had to get out of it. Can't have two max guys on a team. You're just not going to survive. Paul George didn't have a good contract either, but he wasn't a long-term max guy. So they'll have him for 2 years, and then once they dump that salary, they're good to go. But they couldn't keep Jaylen Brown. Philadelphia will end up doing the same thing. They should make an exemption for homegrown players. Yeah, not going to happen. ESPN did massive layoffs. Yeah. But even good guys, too, are getting laid off. Like Karl Ravitch, I think his name was. Good guy. Nope. It's a business. ESPN is a business. I hope we can get SpaceX for 85 in late August. I'm thinking that's probably a possibility. It'll be below 100. I'm predicting that. Be below 100. So, yeah, SpaceX stock. 115. We will see whether that continues to go down. Well, Miss Charlotte, how are you? Nice to see you. How you doing today? We're just hanging. We're hanging. Been here a little over an hour. Kind of covered everything already. Now we're just chit-chatting, hanging out. Are you buying any more crypto on the dips? Do you have any more dry powder? You have any more pounds laying around to buy some more crypto? Hi, Charlotte. Aw. Everybody loves DJ and Charlie. We missed you here. Nice of you to join in. Charlotte's too busy dancing. I decided to skip going out dancing and seeing my boyfriend so I can hang out with you. Yes, I buy Doge and Bitcoin. Awesome. Oh, thank you. We're still hanging out here. SpaceX next launch tomorrow. Kriss is going to be live. Yes, Kriss Pax will be live Thursday evening for the SpaceX Starship test launch. Starship test launch. So make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. Oh, wait a minute. Did I see the word boyfriend up here? Oh, Charlotte, congrats. Congrats to you guys. That is good to hear. Was he the guy you were dancing with in the video? Ah, nice. Do I have a plan if Doge doesn't hit my buy target? Yes, I will buy it whatever price it is. End of July, August, and early September. I will just buy whatever the price is because it's going to go higher 2027, 2028. But if it hits my buy target, then I'm buying. I did not buy any more SpaceX shares. I sold my IPO shares for a profit before it started tanking. And I am not buying any more SpaceX probably till late this year, early next year, down below 100. I'm not buying anymore. I'm not buying anymore because I think it's just it's gonna be this big bowl, and the bottom of the bowl is months away. How low? 90s, 80s? I don't know. Don't know yet. Gonna let that play out. Oh, that was just your friend Jordan. My boyfriend had his first salsa lesson last Friday. Can't wait for him to buy his first Doge. I love that. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, so he's going to learn. You like the salsa dancing. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so low roller. Now remember, 20%. 20%. August 11th, they can only sell max 20%. So don't go out there saying like they're going to sell all because they can't. It's max 20%. But that's still, it's going to be a lot of sell pressure. And I think SpaceX is going to be going down in August because of that, as I've been saying. So, yeah, this is not a good stock to buy right now, in my opinion. It's my opinion. Not a good stock to be buying right now. As today, it just fell off a cliff and down, 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 down. Low roller is dying to talk to people about Pokemon. And I don't do Pokemon, so sorry, I can't help you. I can't help you, dude. But yeah, Mega Millions. Mega Millions, Powerball. How many pounds is that, low roller? if it's available in the UK for Powerball, how many pounds is $567 million? Yeah, Robinhood got mad at me. Robinhood got mad at me for selling my SpaceX IPO stock. I didn't wait a month for good reason. And I don't need to take part in their other stupid IPOs. He's into Warhammer. He's a Warhammer player. We just do this for the fun of it. Warhammer. 40. There is a Warhammer 40 thing. Yes. Warhammer. 40,000. There's an ultimate guide. The ultimate guide to Warhammer 40,000. Look at these people playing. They got like all the little pieces out. They're really into it. Warhammer. How to play. What to buy first. Awesome. Oh, there it is right there. The starter set. You got to start somewhere, right? Warhammer. So he's a gamer. Yeah. Gamers like Dogecoin. I think you'll be all right. Gamers like Dogecoin. Quite a few pounds. Just talked to Logan Paul about it. Yes, Logan Paul. You got to imagine me with my charts and him with his Warhammer things. Yeah, there you go. Yes. You can't all do the same thing like all the time, right? Like me and my girlfriend, we do different things and then we get together and do things together. That's life. That's life. So if we have a 3.5-year cycle for Doge, when would we roughly be the peak? I already told you. I already told you. For those that don't know, you have to go on X. You got to go to my X account. And you got to scroll down a lot because I posted it quite a bit ago. It was also picked up in a couple news articles. But if you just click on media, you can scroll until you see the chart. So where's my chart on that? Was it that one? Nope. See, it's so long ago. Yeah, it was before July 4th. It was board. There it is right there. It's this one. My 3.5-year cycle chart is this one right here, Josh. I posted this on June 23rd. So this was a month ago I posted this. So right around May 1st, 2028. May 1st, 2028. Ryan, you're going to remember this, right? May 1st, 2028. That's my 3.5-year cycle for Doge. Yeah. I don't know. I'm saying spring. May 1st is just where I drew the line. But Ryan, you're going to call me on it, I know. Always. Yes. Copy. Yes. Yeah, spring 2028. So that was the chart that I did. And back in late June, I did a whole live stream on it as well. We talked about that. That was a month ago. That's so long ago. That's how boring this month has been. Crypto-wise. Not personal life-wise. It hasn't been boring at all, personal life-wise. But crypto-wise, it's been boring. But low roller, it was not a 4-year cycle. It was a 3.5-year cycle, low roller. It was a 3.5-year cycle. It would have been a 4-year cycle if Dogecoin went all the way to November of 2021 and hit its all-time high, but it didn't. It hit it in May, not December. Thus, 3.5 years. It's just the way it is. And then when did it hit its next all-time high? Or its cycle high, I should say. It hit its next cycle high in December 2024. Roughly 3.5 years. 3.5 years after May 2021. 3.5 years. So what does that mean? You go another 3.5 years and you end up in May 2028. 3.5-year cycle. I thought you were here when we covered this a month ago. That's 3.5 years, not 4 years. I'm just saying, it's just a thing. It's a Kriss Pax thing. If you're going to follow a cycle, you follow it right. Bitcoin has 4-year cycles. Dogecoin has 3.5-year cycles. That's just the way it is. History has thus deemed it so. Dogecoin 7 cents jonesing. Yep, still in the 7s. Are you buying more? Are you accumulating more Doge? I know someone who knows our new prime minister. He was Manchester mayor. Anyway, saw her today. All I could think of was, can you ask the prime minister to say Dogecoin? I love it, Charlotte. I love it. That's awesome. That would be awesome if he did. Just slipped in a Dogecoin somewhere. If you buy SpaceX and Robinhood release day, but you didn't participate in the IPO, you wouldn't have gotten in trouble. Yeah, but I would have bought it much higher. I got the 135. You would have paid 160. So I won. I actually have 2 bottoms and 3 resistance levels on my chart. Drew them a long time ago. We'll see if they play out. You let us know. Let us know. It would be fun if it lined up to sell in May, go away. That's what I'm saying. May 2028. May 2028. We don't know. I can't believe people are still talking about crypto. Nothing good has come since. Welcome to the cycles. It's been a bear market. It's a thing. So if you don't believe crypto is going to go back up, then you're probably not buying. I kind of think it's going to go back up, so I'm buying. Maybe I'm wrong. There's no guarantees, but you know, we go through cycles. There's up cycles and down cycles. Bull markets, bear markets. We're in a bear market. These are the kinds of things people say in bear markets. So welcome to the bear market. I said to her, if they're looking to talk to small businesses, he needs to come to me. I'll tell him about Doge. And he'll ask, what is Doge? Of course. That's good. That is good. I'm just about to calculate the mark on the May 1st graph this autumn. So May 1st, 2028. Now, it's not going to be exactly that day, but that's just a target right now sitting here in 2026, looking ahead. Roughly 3.5-year cycle, roughly. If that plays out, Kriss is a wizard again. We'll see. Kriss has a lot of wizard things that are on the line right now. Yeah, Charlotte wasn't here for that earlier. But Kriss could be quite the wizard. Quite the wizard. If things play out like Kriss has predicted. And of course, Kriss will get rich. Well, more rich. If things play out that way as well. So, I've always known you were a wizard. Say this for years. And I just put the stuff out there, but relatively few actually do what I say. But you shouldn't do what I say. But of course, you shouldn't do what I say. Because the time I'm wrong is like the time I'm going to get a lot of shit from people. You told me. I do me, you make up your own decision. Got to keep busy during the bear market. Enjoy life, have fun, stay focused. Exactly. That's what I'm doing as well. That's what I'm doing as well. I'm also getting much, much healthier too. Been exercising, been outside a lot, eating much better. It's all good. If you follow me on X, I do post occasional drinks and events with my girlfriend, food. There's my margarita that I had last weekend. Oh, so good. It was so good. And this is like, you know, this is just an iPhone picture, but it's really great how it like focuses in on the drink and the stuff in the background. Like, yeah. And the margarita tastes really good. And it had fruit on top. It had fruit, pineapple, orange, cherry. It's like, oh, good. Good stuff. So yeah, doing well, having fun. Whenever I've done the opposite of what you said, I failed, like no leverage trading. Yeah. But you learned. So you just don't do that again. You don't do that again. You already made it? Yes. I already made it, but I want to make it again. Some more. It's nice to have a little extra, you know? I'd like a little extra. Can we talk Bitcoin bottom? A lot of people at 58, a lot are at 38. I'm at 54, Michael. I'm at 54. Now that 54, I no longer have that on my Bitcoin chart. I did get rid of that. The 54 thing. I'll have to remember where I came up with 54 again. I think it had to do with the bottoms here back in summer of 2024. So let's take this line and let's make it 54. Yes. So this will revisit, this yellow line revisits Bitcoin's bottoms in the summer of 2024. Of course, it was lower in 2022, but 2 years later, the bottom of the summer of 2024 for Bitcoin, not for Doge, we're already below Doge's 2024 bottom, which was 9 cents. But for Bitcoin, that's where I came up with 54. So I think that is going to come down. So that was one of them. The other was, as Michael's saying, the fibs. They were from October to November. October to November. And so October 10th had the flash crash, right? And that was on the daily. So we go to the daily. and we look at the flash crash that happened on October 10th, right here. And what I did was I did the flash crash down to the bottom of the biggest drop. It was that. So I believe on Bitcoin, it was this way. It was that drop up to there. Was that it? Well, that was only 61K. That was 61K. I got to go back to Doge and see. Oh, it was the relief rally down to the bottom. Ah, see, I still have my Doge one there. It was the relief rally after down to the bottom. Which would have been that. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Sorry. This was it. We're getting there. That's the high it hit on the relief rally. It was right there. So that was it. It says 57 for Bitcoin. It says 57. 57.5. What did Bitcoin just hit? 57,495. Bitcoin already bottomed, guys. According to that, Bitcoin already bottomed. 57.5 right there. That was it. That was it, my friends. Well, it may come back and revisit. We'll see. This was my arrow pointing to a Bitcoin drop here, coming back down to that level. We'll see if that plays out. But Doge is still yellow box. Still have my box, Charlotte. No, I think it'll still come down, but it may not go lower than it already did, Ryan. We may already have had the bottom. Casper's waiting to buy in at 0.57. We'll see if it goes that low. I don't know. That'd be below the yellow box. Bottom of the yellow box is 6 cents. Well, thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate it. We are having fun. We're having fun. Happy hours all day. That's Florida, right? No, I am keeping it. I'm keeping it safe here. I'm not drinking every day. I'm accumulating as much as I can. Not selling any crypto right now. Still holding your SpaceX. We'll sell some Doge next bull market. Keeping Bitcoin, SpaceX long term. Well, at this point, you gotta kind of keep SpaceX long term, in my opinion. And I'm doing the Doge to Bitcoin thing still, which is based on the Doge BTC trading pair, which has now fallen below 12 all the way down to 11. So it's even lower now. So in order to get 2 Bitcoin for the price of 1, I only need Doge to come up to 22 now, not 24. It only has to go to 22 to get my 2 Bitcoin. for the price of 1. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, that's my plan right now. BTC, would that not be the smallest bear market drop from the highs? Yes, it would be. Law of diminishing returns. Larger market cap, larger amount of money, doesn't move the same percentage, which I've talked about for Bitcoin. You're not going to see these, you're not going to see $1 million Bitcoin next cycle. It's just not going to happen. Smaller. Yes, box. Yes. I have another box. It's this one right here. Waiting to get into the box. Right. Kriss explains about you rolling over your Doge into Bitcoin. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy, as soon as I hit that yellow box, I'm going to buy 1 Bitcoin worth of Doge and have it, set that aside. 1 Bitcoin worth of Doge. I'm going to set that aside. And then when Doge goes on its big run and the Doge Bitcoin trading pair gets over 22, I will swap that Doge. This will be on Coinbase. There's a direct Doge to Bitcoin, and I will swap that Doge and I'll have 2 Bitcoin for the price of 1. That's my plan. I feel closer to Elon now. We said the lows wouldn't go as low as other bear markets. That is true as well, although there are some alts that have gone much lower. Alts. That's more of a Bitcoin thing. But some alts have dropped lower. Yes. Cardano is lower this cycle than it was last. Polkadot lower this cycle. Got a lot of them. VeChain lower. Yep. Still not showing any signs of momentum. I think that's what you mean, momentum. Yeah, it's the summer. The volume is low. The interest is low. The sentiment is low. It's like everything in crypto. So, yeah. But with Bitcoin, definitely. Yeah. Last bear market, $15,600 was the bottom for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going back to 15,600, in my opinion. We're not going to see that. We got the pinger going off. Oh, it's Tesla. All the Tesla leveraged long trades are getting wiped out after market for Tesla stock, which is tanking after market. Look at all those Teslas. Wow. See, that's the thing with tokenized stocks. You get these tokenized stocks on Hyperliquid, Binance, Bybit, and people can then trade with leverage on stocks. And then you get a big move like Tesla has right now going down, and traders are just getting wiped out. So yeah, no leverage, guys. Oh, but I made so much money. Well, it's like going to the casino. Maybe you got lucky once. Oh no, I'm sure you do it again, you'll lose. More times than not, you're going to lose. They wouldn't do it otherwise. They're making money. They're making money. Tesla. Wow. Now down to 357. after market. The last time Tesla was at 357 was in April. And the low it hit beginning of April was 337. If Tesla goes lower than that, I would say that's a good buying opportunity for Tesla. For anyone looking to get into Tesla, this is the time to be looking for. If it goes sub 337, right now it's trading after market 355, down 5% after market. And it was down almost 1.5 points during trading today. So yeah, big red day. Wow, it's dropping even more now, 353. So I don't know if their numbers weren't good or it's just their outlook on things, but people are selling big time. They are selling big time Tesla stock. What did Elon say, right? What did Elon say? Oh, casino? Did somebody say casino? Yes, leverage trading is like a casino, Miss Charlotte. That's what Kriss says. So Kriss doesn't do either. I don't do either. I'll only go to a casino now if it has a nice restaurant that I want to try. Other than that, I'm not interested. Not interested. You can make 200 to 300K if Doge goes to 40 cents. Maybe it will. That's what we'll be watching over the next 3.5 years. Is that going to happen? I'm thinking of buying 2x leverage Doge when it hits 6 cents, but with only 10% of my Doge stack. So a 2x leverage isn't a lot. So you'll have a liquidation price that'll be pretty low. And the chance of it hitting that liquidation price would be pretty slim. I'm still not doing it. You can't talk me into it. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Even with 10% of my Doge stack, I'm not doing it. I'll just buy spot like I do. Because if I did the leverage trade and it paid off and I told people about it, then everyone will start doing leverage trading, which is not what I want. I don't want that to happen. I do not want that to happen. So AMRX. Wow, well, that's a nice little profit. And there's a lesson to be learned there too, is you forgot about it. That's the best thing. You forgot about it. Forgetting about it is sometimes the best thing in the world. Because then something like this happens and all of a sudden you're up big. And you didn't even think about it. Indeed. Charles is here. Saying hi to Charlie. Hello, hello. Oh. So that's interesting. Bitcoin. The Bitcoin bottom was that. June 30th was the Bitcoin bottom. 57,495. Doge could still go to its bottom. 6.7, while Bitcoin does not go lower than 57.5. That could still happen. And according to this, that would be, again, following the rules that I set from the liquidation event of October 10th, where everything reset. Everything reset. That's what this would be. Wouldn't that be something? And I don't even believe in fib lines. I think I should sell, but it's going on a big run. I struggle to take profit. I'm thinking, what if it goes up more? So, Charlotte, try this. Sell half. Seriously, sell half. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. Sell half of it, book the profit on half of it, and see what happens with the other half. Again, doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. Think about that. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, think about it. You can do halvesies. Halvesies. Hey, just take your profit on half, book it. Thank you very much, AMRX. Thank you very much. And then the other half, let it ride for a little longer. See what happens. You feel good either way. Yo, Stickman, what you doing? How's it going? I don't eat, so I can buy more Doge. Kidding. But that's good. It's like, yeah. Whatever it takes. Get more Doge. Whatever it takes. Hey, the dancing Doge comes and joins us. I like it when people say you're right. To me. I'm kind of a reasonable guy. Kind of a reasonable guy. Just, just look at things a little differently, and it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. That's why my girlfriend likes me too. Yeah. Tesla might have bottomed at 355. Now coming back up at 357 after market. It may have bottomed. It actually touched 353 here on the dip a few minutes ago. And it may turn around and come back up here. Yeah. I've seen the photos. DB says, you're doing something right. Not starving, but taking good care of yourself. That's good. And I find in the summertime, it's easier to do. Now, when I was in Boston, in the winter times, I usually put on weight. It's just the way it was. And then the summers, I'd lose it back. But now I'm in Florida. So it's like, I won't be gaining any weight back. Does she know you're a wizard? Maybe you can ask her that question someday. She knows that I do this. She knows. But she's just happy I have something that keeps me busy. So, well, she does her thing. As you can tell, I've thinned out a bit as well. Stickman, you're always thin. What is the two highest price levels Dogecoin has been? The two highest price levels Doge has been in pence and pounds. Well, you'd have to go back to May of 2021 and be on a chart that shows it in British pounds. And I don't know how to do that. Hibernation mode is a real thing. It is. It is. And it's also like lack of exercise, lack of sun, lack of like, you don't want to eat healthy. You want to eat hearty when it's freaking cold outside. That's what I found is you just, and I always ended up putting on weight, but no more. No more. Altcoin season is never happening again. Agreed. There will be mini alt seasons, but not like a big alt season. Mini alt seasons. We're not going to see Bitcoin going down to like 40% dominance. It's probably going to stay above 50 as far as I'm concerned. So she probably has more Doge. No, she's a very reasonable woman. She does invest in stocks, and she has a decent stock portfolio. But no, not into crypto. Are you investing into Tesla? I'm watching it now because it's the thing that's probably moving the most right now while I'm live, because crypto's not doing anything. So this is Tesla that's up here. And I don't know whether, aftermarket tonight, pre-market tomorrow, and when trading starts on Tesla, whether the Tesla stock will go even lower or not. That I don't know. So I'm not playing the Tesla game right now. A little risky. I could set a limit order for about 350 and for some Tesla stock, but I don't know. I kind of want to watch it play out on a bigger scale is what I want to do. So. Meanwhile, we did have Doge go up a little bit and touch 7.3. We had Bitcoin come over 66K while we were watching Tesla. So a little bit of movement in crypto. It's small, but a little bit. It's never too late for her to move to the dark side. No, she will not. She will not. She'll let me have all that fun, but she will not do that. I know her. She will not. You get your boyfriend to do that, but me, my girlfriend, she's not going to do that. She researches everything when it comes to companies and stocks before she buys, before she puts her money in it. If she takes one look at crypto, it'll be like, yeah, no, I'm not touching that. You're invested in the VTI Trust ETF. VTI Trust. What is in the VTI Trust ETF? What's in the VTI Trust ETF? It's a Vanguard. 3,500 stocks. 3,500. I mean, that's like owning like the whole stock market. 3,500 stocks. Oh. Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Broadcom, other Google, Meta, Tesla, Micron. Those are the top 10, which is like a third of the overall holdings. Because yeah, it's kind of like the NASDAQ, right? Mephisto? It's kind of like the NASDAQ. So this is a Vanguard, yeah. Technology holdings is what it looks like. Well, you know, this is what's been moving the market. So that's good. This is a good thing to have. And you're getting exposure to like all of these companies that have been doing very well. So, yeah. BTI is one of the most popular set it and forget it ETFs for broad US stock market exposure. There you go. Well, yeah, you don't put it in the bank because that's dumb, right? But just be careful. If there's a pullback in the overall stock market, like some are predicting, from Warren Buffett to Peter Schiff to there's a whole bunch of people predicting a big pullback in the stock market. I don't think it's going to happen until at least the midterm elections, but I think there will be a pullback, maybe November. And then these will pull back the most, will be the high price tech stocks. So just be careful about that. That's the only thing I say. That's a smorgasbord. 3,500 stocks. But again, 10 of them are like a third of the overall portfolio, percentage-wise. Well, look who it is. Donnie, how are you? Long time no see. Life got crazy with work and family. Pressed for time today, but I'll be more active. Ah, it's nice to see you. It is nice to see you. Awesome. Awesome. So since you go by at doing only good every day, Donnie, do you know who just registered this company in Kentucky called Do Only Good Every Day, LLC? Are you in Kentucky? Was this you? You're not in Kentucky. Somebody just registered Articles of Organization, Limited Liability Company yesterday. Do Only Good Every Day, LLC. Interesting. I don't know who this is. It wasn't you. Well, somebody took your name. Somebody stole your name. Do Only Good Every Day, LLC, is now a limited liability company registered in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Probably did it for some kind of agreement or something. Maybe. You can't lose money until you sell. That is true. That is true. Sounds like a good cleaning company. It's Elon. I don't know. Nobody has responded to my post on this yet. Got no responses yet because I said, who is this? Do Only Good Every Day LLC. Don't have a response yet. Just curious, because I get curious about these things. I just put it out there. It's like, what is that? What is that? Anything else moving? What do we have in crypto? No. Athena a little bit, Ondo, Hedera, WorldCoin, Aave, SPX, Uniswap. Those are up. What's down? DEX down big time. I don't even know what that is, but it went way up and then went way down. Midnight. So much for Cardano. Morpho, Pump Fun, because it went on a big run and now pulling back. Same with Virtual. Arrow, Jupiter, Zcash, Dash, Lighter, XDC, Near, Canton, all going down. So that's what's kind of going on in the crypto world. Yeah, Doge isn't going to hold any gains. It's July, summer of 2026, bear market still. Tesla stock trying to turn around. SpaceX stock kind of going sideways after market. Broadcom went up and then came back down a little. Couldn't hold 400 after market. Too bad. Maybe tomorrow. Megal still holding 113. Gvo came back down. Too bad. That's because I own it and wanted to do well. But yeah, Tesla's the kind of the biggest mover after market, but downwards. Downwards. But I don't know the reason because I'm talking to you guys instead of like scouring X and asking questions to see why. Was it earnings? Was it Elon? I don't know. But that is the risk you take holding Tesla into an aftermarket earnings. Yeah, this is the risk you take. Is the stock tanking? Yeah. Even after all this pullback on crypto, I'm still positive for your ETH. Awesome. Awesome. ETH is at 1900. ETH has actually been doing fairly well for the past week here. ETH versus Bitcoin is up over the past week. A lot of people I see printing charts showing a breakout of ETH versus Bitcoin. Maybe. Is peak still bad? Peak bottomed, and it's been going on little runs, but usually those little runs end up getting eaten back up. So where is my peak chart? There it is right there. So it's at 1.9 cents now, which is not as low as it was back in March when it was 1.2 cents. So that was the bottom. Went on a run in May up to 3.8, touched 4 cents, and then dropped all the way back down to 1.7. So now 1.9. That's the peak chart. All this thing about real world assets like RWA, like machine learning, blah, blah, blah. And the token just is crap. Maybe it turns back around. Got to have the smelly one. Got to have the smelly one in your portfolio. 13 cents right now. The lowest it got here was 10 point. Well, it almost touched 10 cents here. Early June. You want it to come back down and hit 10 cents again? It may not. That might have been the bottom. That might have been the bottom. It looks like it was 10.01 or something right there. But yeah, Fartcoin could do well this cycle. I don't think it's going to $1. But if you get 10-cent Fartcoin and it goes up to 60 cents, a 6x would be pretty good. I'm thinking like that now. It's like, okay, that's pretty good. I'll take that. I will take that. My whole portfolio that I sold last cycle was an average of over a 4x averaged out. I'll forget about it and let the magic happen. There you go. There you go. Exactly. With peak. I got a little, but would buy more at 10. Did your fib and 10 was the target? Well, but it hit 10. So yeah, it did hit it right there. Or close enough. 10.1. Back on 5th of June. 6th of June. It was midnight. Well, if there's a big pullback in the crypto market that's going to get Doge to drop down into the yellow box, Fartcoin would probably be dropping too, to a nice entry price if you didn't catch the 10-cent Fartcoin back in June. That's what I think. Yeah. Yep. And Bitcoin, is Bitcoin going to continue in this relief rally? I don't know. Right now, it's continuing higher lows. That's Bitcoin. Where Doge hit a quadruple bottom at 7.1, which I covered the other day. Bounce, 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 bounce. 4 tests of 7.1 cents for Dogecoin. So that was weakness in Doge versus Bitcoin. But if you're thinking like I am, like I'm going to buy Doge and not Bitcoin right now, this is good. This is good. That's what I want. If Doge gets back up to 35, sell everything. Again, we're going to talk about strategies. If you want to sell it all and book the entire profit, there's nothing wrong with taking profit, which last cycle, that would have worked out great. That would have worked out great last cycle. If you sold everything at 35 cents. I sold some at 42, and I sold the rest in the low 30s. Maybe I averaged 35 in the end, maybe just slightly below it for my sale price for all of the Doge I sold. Something like that. It was close. Because of the stupid Trump tariffs. Late January 2025. Yeah. Before it really tanked. Because then Doge totally tanked into early April. So that was bad. That was bad. And then you go into Bitcoin. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm going to go into Bitcoin. If this happens, like I think, in the spring of 2028, I will be flipping a a good amount of my Doge into Bitcoin. Again, like I said, 1 Bitcoin today worth of Doge will be 2 Bitcoin worth in about a year and a half. That's what I think. And then I'll end up, instead of buying 1 Bitcoin now, I'll buy the Doge and I'll end up with 2 Bitcoin. I'll end up with 2 Bitcoin. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see then. Then I'll not be a whole coiner, but I'll be a 2 whole coiner on Bitcoin going into the rest of 2028 into 2029. Did you really have to do that, Charlotte? Oh, that's hilarious. It's still there. Still, Annie is still there. My girlfriend does not know about Annie. We handed the keys over to Trump. No, Trump just does whatever Trump wants and whatever is best for Trump's bank account. So flipping everything back into Bitcoin, nothing else. No meme coin. Agreed. Well, Annie, if you were indeed on X, you would have seen the photos that I actually posted on X. So you would know this. You would already know this. Elon says Doge is better than Bitcoin for transactions. For transactions. So you have to put it in the right context. He wasn't talking about price, investing. He was talking about for transactions, Dogecoin is better than Bitcoin. That's what Elon said. All right. Just want to keep things straight here. Got to keep things straight. All right, gang. That's what we've got for today. Doge at 7.3 cents, still going sideways like it has been for a month. It's just been going sideways. Well, 4 weeks now. 3 weeks. Sorry. With 4 bounces on 7.1 cents. That's what we're still seeing. Tomorrow I'm going to be live. I'm going to do the SpaceX Starship test launch. We'll be live, and we'll have the charts up. We'll see what happens with SpaceX stock again. We'll see what happens with Doge. Tomorrow, SpaceX launch, test launch. So that's going to be about 6 o'clock East Coast time. 6 o'clock East Coast time. So that's probably 11 p.m. Your time, Charlotte. 11 p.m. your time. This will be late for you. But that's when I'll be coming on. And yeah, that's what we've got. So make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on so you can be alerted when I do go live. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your evening here on Wednesday. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.